Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and I've not been too lucky in the combat sites on this run of exploration so far. Right here I'm going to do a quick combat rogue drone asteroid. It's definitely not the best site. It's one that you might want to do when there's really nothing else available. There is, after all, a small chance of finding some faction loot in this. And the other reason why I'm quickly doing this one is because there is actually been an update, if I'm not mistaken, to the station in the final room, so that it's actually a little bit easier to get to that one container. So I'll show you guys that. And here we go. That's the first room cleaned out. Time to go to the second room. Now in the meantime, my run, I've done like six systems so far, and it's not been that bad. I've found a lot of data sites. Over here you can see a little bit of the loot I've gotten, more than 30 million in maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes of playing, and finding just data sites, so it's not been that bad overall. Let's see if I can take care of the second room quickly. So just start targeting. We've got the guards out, and these should be able to one-shot most of these. Now while I'm doing this, I do want to quickly touch about an extra topic that I thought about when thinking more about the very intensive release cycle that CCP wants to have for EVE Online. And so the aspect that I'm thinking is maybe change fatigue is what I would call it. This new cycle where we'll get basically new features or changes to the game around every 6 weeks. I do think it's going to be quite intensive, and I wonder if this might cause some fatigue to some players. The way I'm looking at the cycle at the moment is we're probably looking at like a news post, maybe a dev blog and some dev posts at first. Then a few weeks in, they'll deploy stuff to the test server. So you'll get news on that, you'll get to test it, then there will be some feedback that will need to be digested by CCP, and then just a few weeks later we should see the features that are deemed release worthy out on TQ, where of course the player base will basically get to use them for the first time. I'm sure that there will actually be surprise problems that will be found during these deployments, and then a few weeks later we should get like new news posts as well, new dev blogs about the next features or the next changes that they're planning. And again, that cycle goes back. We'll have testing, feedback on the testing. A few weeks later it's deployed on TQ, and a few weeks after that we should get news on the next release. So I do think it's going to be very intensive. It's going to be something that both the player base and CCP is going to have to get used to, I think. And so yeah, the one danger I'm seeing in this is something like change fatigue. Now I do think that CCP does have a plan in this, but myself, I'm maybe just a little bit worried. I hope I'm completely wrong, and I could be completely wrong. Honestly, I love EVE Online more than enough to follow it, even through all of these changes, even when they come so quickly. But I do hope that CCP constantly tries to hammer on how these changes and how the new features are going to help us get to the point where we'll build our own stargates, where we'll get those new systems and that new space to explore and colonize by the players. I do think that keeping the vision in mind and very present whenever they're doing stuff in this new development cycle, I think that that's going to be extremely important. Or another route that they could take is the route that Guild Wars 2 is taking, where they have basically monthly episodes where they change parts of the game to basically tell the story of what's happening. Oops, and I don't need to approach, I actually need you to start firing here. So yeah, to basically tell the story and the evolution of Guild Wars 2. That is probably also an option, but I do think that CCP will have to be careful a little bit that they don't constantly touch on completely different features, so that people basically lose the thread and lose the vision of where they actually want to go with this. You know, I would hate to see one release, oh well, we're gonna rebalance some battleships and here are a couple new ships, then another release, well, here are a few new deployable items, and we're changing this mechanic to the bosses, and then a release after that it's some nullsec changes. So that is one thing that I'm worried about. It's basically the cohesion of all of the changes. Won't this lead to fatigue if they just keep changing stuff very at a rapid pace, without this clear vision, without this maybe a storyline, maybe interrelated changes? Yeah, it's a little bit of a worry, nothing too major, but it is something that popped into my mind with this new development cycle. And here we go, guys. That's the last drone that is down, and this is the change that has been done to the drone rogue asteroid. It's no longer this really massive station. We now have a much smaller station, and the scratched cask, where potentially there is some faction loot, is now actually free and clear for you to go and grab it. You no longer have to fly through the structure. That is a small but nice improvement to this site. You know, it doesn't feel over here like you have to maneuver away from anything. And there we go, 16 million, a faction piece. I also show you guys that it is actually possible to get some good loot out of this. It can be worth doing these rogue drone asteroids. Shadow Serpentis armor thermic hardener, 16 million, not bad. You can also get stuff like afterburners and micro warp drives in here. And then maybe, yeah, let's top it off. I also found a data site, a pretty difficult one. We're only 6.5 minutes in anyways. Let's go and do that one as well. We're already at 50 million for the evening. I'm going to count maybe around 1 hour work in total. And yeah, let's see how much we can add with this data site. Not bad, five containers to hack. And I'm also actually very happy to report that they have rechanged the name tags of the individual containers. That's definitely going to help us. So let's see what's in here. We definitely want to try and grab that that incognito symmetry there, and after that it doesn't matter that much. So yeah, let's see if I can find the core. Yep, here we go. So that should deploy parts, and here we go. It was pretty annoying when they had like the black part around all the text, and it was way less responsive. But this is better, and nope, still don't have the incognito that I want. Is that the one then? Yep, there we go. That's nice. Maybe the current amplifiers or the skill book could be good. Yep, there is the skill book. That's nice. And materials, anyone? There we go. Materials. We can start scanning and heading for the next one. Nope, unfortunately that's just some more carbon. So let's see here. Alright, that's an incognito process. That's not bad. That's a few more million. Here, nothing too special, unfortunately. Here, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Process and parity. And then another symmetry. Alright, let's do this hack over here. It's whoa, it's a little slow. Something seems a little slow on this on this data site, but okay, this is alright. So definitely grab parts as much as I can. Parts, there as well. That's a lot of them. That's one, that's good. That's actually the one that I want. So now it's, oh, that's also the one that I want. Pretty lucky with those two parts containers. So let's see if I can grab the PPC over here too. Yep, there we go. That's perfect. First 3 containers right off the bat. It's the ones that I want. Some current amplifiers and some data cores. Why not? We'll quickly try and grab those. Yeah, I'm still doing a good amount of exploration. Actually, I've made at least 700 million or 600 million. Yeah, probably 600 million in the last week or so. Found a couple of nice Serpentis outposts, and I was very lucky on 2 narcotics warehouses. So that was pretty much a place earned in 1 week from exploration. It's still treating me quite well. So yeah, if you're looking for a way to flex your account, you know, this Ishtar, do some exploration. In my opinion, it's still very much possible to earn that stuff out of it. And here we go, materials. No one materials. Nope, another parts one. Still not. This one is treating me not so good, this container. Except of course it's not the best either. So nope. Again with the carbon. Why the hell does he keep giving me carbon? And I'm too late. Yep, I am too late. So that's the current amplifiers lost. It's not that much money though, so that's quite alright. And look at that, already at 60 million in the cargo, and this one is 5 million, so 55, not bad. Moving on to the final one here. Or no, the second to last one, the final good one. I think I really do need to grab those parts containers here. So let's go. Parts, come on, grab, find me the core. You can go away. Yep, here we go. So parts, that's good. Parts here again. Now I gotta be a little careful here about those that try to escape from my grasp. Alright, that's a good one. Materials, equipment, another one, parts right there. That's really, yeah, there we go. Well done. That's again, look at that, 65 million, so not bad. This keeps going up quite nicely. And materials, well, actually I don't want to bother too much with this. I've got the most important stuff. All that's really left here is incognito symmetry, and the material containers are not treating me well. All of that carbon, 11 carbon already. Yeah, I'd like to see some better stuff there. Material containers. And here we go, final Serpentis info shard for me to hack. I do like to yeah, to basically try to cross from where I start off, and that usually does get me to the core pretty quickly. As you can see, my hacks have been pretty good. Data, scraps, data, materials. Yeah, you could not do the same thing with the change they had done to these containers. I'm really glad that they changed it back. Only 2 parts, no 3 parts like that, so we'll have it no problem. And well, not that one either. Data, scraps and materials. Alright, there we go. 65.7 million, so that's more than 60 million made in about 1 hour of exploration with, well, to be honest, a little bit lucky on the rogue drone asteroid. But yeah, that's been going quite well. And also a little talk about this change fatigue that I'm a little bit worried about. If you have any comments on that, feel free to post them. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.